In Tallahassee, 4 years after a deadly shootout, 2 men involved are now going to prison. Joseph Walker and Tamylan Williams were sentenced today for their role in a 2022 shooting outside Half Time Liquors. Walker was found guilty of attempted manslaughter and Williams of attempted murder at trial last month. Innocent bystander Demario Murray was shot and killed in the shootout, and Deasia Irvin was one of 9 people shot that day. She told the court today how that shooting has changed her life.
I have been told that my chances of becoming pregnant may be reduced to 50-50. And if I do become pregnant, that there could be serious complications. In addition to those devastating losses, I continue to suffer from chronic back pain related to my injuries.
Walker and Williams were sentenced to the maximum possible time in prison for their involvement, 15 and 30 years respectively.